Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed Tanduay.
Sure it was.
Right from the Philippines.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, can't complain.
Brought it back last time we were over there.
Yeah.
And I want to give a quick shout out to the channel, to a good friend of the channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter, with his live show after ours. Check him out. Today he's got an interview with Julian, the bearded thrift machine.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yes, it is. And it looks like we've got a few people in the house.
All right, first out the box is Nice Noah. How's it going? Nice
Came
Noah
by yesterday.
7-7. That's right. That's right.
Came by yesterday.
Good for you. Nice Lori, as always. Nice. Nice Michael. And Nice Michael Sanborn. How's it going, everyone?
It should be a kind of an interesting show today. Why don't we get started the usual way, which I'm sure... Oh, somebody else came in, and you can...
And then Nice Michelle also. How's it going?
Nice. That is nice.
It is nice. Nice Tim C. I could do this all night, so...
Yes, you can.
Yeah, even though it's early to hit the like button, we're not going to turn that down.
No, we would not.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with, and I already know everybody's answers.
Here we go. It's going to make us all depressed.
It's going to get better.
Okay.
How are everybody's sales out there? How are your sales, Mr. Magazine?
Not getting any better. Luckily I have so many listings that I can't sell nothing, but definitely items are down, high-end items are down.
How many items do you have listed?
We're up to almost 200,000 because of the record transaction we added to our collection there, but about close to 200,000.
So I've got 19,000 and change.
Mm-hmm.
Monday I sold 2 items.
Wow, so
that's bad.
So if I have 10 times your items, I sold more than 20. I'm going to be honest with you. So,
Yeah.
So you're selling a smaller percentage. Yeah, that's not good.
That was bad.
And the sad part about it is, like, I don't think you do sales, or you have no sales.
I have no
but
sales,
you take
no.
offers. So
I do take offers. Yep.
Sales really aren't even a factor. If someone wants to make you a 50% offer and you can accept it, it doesn't even matter if you have a sale or not. Or you could have a sale, take a smaller amount to get to 50%. But the point is, we can't even sell a lot of items discounted either. So it's a little scary. And my thoughts are that not a lot, but a small percentage are going to other platforms, like you mentioned, YouTube, Facebook, whatnot, and wherever else. Who knows? Amazon. So, it could be a small change going on, and we might have to accept it. A small, you're going to lose a small sales maybe, but you could always list more, list better stuff, and see what happens. So, yeah. All right, not very good. Michael says slow at best.
Slow at best.
A little better. Yeah, I mean
All
eBay's
right.
a little better for me. Amazon actually dipped, but it was my own fault. I forgot to relist my sales, so we did
Restart
that.
your sales,
Restart
yeah.
my sales. Sorry,
Yep.
and we did that, and they're kind of be back where the average are right now. Slow sales, whatnot. Very cool. I had mine last night. Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
You can stream us into the whatnot meeting. They'll all love it.
Yeah,
I'll turn and watch that.
Oh, Local Joe, what's up, buddy?
So my sales, as I said, were, to quote Mr. Magazine and his favorite word, putrid. Actually, today picked up. Today was actually a good day. It was my first good day in weeks. I did run numbers now from a Sunday to a Sunday. Now we of course are on a live show on Wednesday, but from last Sunday to the Sunday before, I had my worst week since May 12th of 2019. So exactly the same time in 2019, I had a very bad week. So it makes you think that, you take 20 and 21 out with the pandemic and all that, and it was just a aberration.
Yeah.
This time of year just does get slow, because if it was slow in 2019, the same exact week I sold the exact same number of items. That was the funniest thing. I sold 47 items from within Sundays a week ago.
Yeah.
I sold 47 items in May of 2019, the 1 week. So it was slow back then. So it's just to be expected. Yeah. It's just so jarring because it's such a change from what we got used to over the pandemic. We got used to good sales. Now we're getting back to where we were historically, and we all knew we were doing well, but I don't think we quite appreciated how well we were doing.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, Michael, you're 100% correct, just like me. Tons of offers and very low insulting, especially for the sports card category. I mean, these people are relentless. Like, they're offering 10, 20% on stuff. Even good autographed items are offering 50%. It's just crazy. Magazines, maybe they're offering 20, 25% below the sale price, which is fine. Sometimes I'll take it. Toys are pretty good, but these sports card guys, they're just trying to steal. It's crazy to me.
Well, Michael, save your most insulting offer for one of our favorite segments.
Yeah.
We've coming up a little while, the insulting offer of the week, so we got that coming up shortly.
All right, Gravity Goods in the house. How's it going? And thank you for Don for sending him as well.
Very good. Oh, there Don is right there.
Oh, the nice Don is in the house.
Hopefully it'll bounce back. Yeah, and again, this past week was with 47 items was the worst week since May of 2019, which tells you that the rest of 2019 I sold more than 47 items every single week.
Right, sure.
So this might just be
Picking up,
worst week. This past week might have been the worst week of the year.
Maybe June will get a little better, July a little better, creeping back into the October, November time. So we will see.
And then literally I've sold nothing other than one item on $million.dollar.peddlers. So everything else, Etsy's slow. Everything else is slow right now too.
Right, yeah.
Just happening right now. How about buys? Anybody out there buying anything? How about you, Mr. Magazine?
Big magazine deal coming in. I got a huge vintage phone collection. New old stock.
Phones.
Yep. Rotary dial phones, 1970s, mint new in box with accessories, phone shells, cords, you name it. So big score. I'm going to pick that up tomorrow. I'm getting a little excited. And I did also buy a truckload of shipping supplies. They were about, I would say, 70% off of retail because I bought them in bulk. So I spent a couple grand, but I probably got $6,000-$7,000 worth of mailers, sleeves, paper, bubble wrap, labels, and so forth. So loaded up a whole box truck for that, and we got to unload it now so we can get the phones tomorrow.
Now, are you aware that people don't really use that kind of phone anymore?
I am aware.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew.
Are you aware that some go for like $200? Weird colors. There's some pink, hot pink and orange and green and. Yeah, very cool stuff. So I'm learning a lot about that, which is fun too.
No, I thought you were going to carry it around, like they said on.
Well, all we need is like someone to do Archie Bunker's new show, and they need the 1970s phones, and we're good to go.
Well, like they said on 30 Rock with when Liz Lemon was dating the Beeper King, and he said, technology's cyclical, beepers will come back, so you never know. You absolutely never know.
Where's that show now?
Buying too much on Whatnot. Oh, there are ephemera deals there right now. Research.
Oh, very cool. All right. Very good.
Nice. Well, at some point I'll be giving away my stuff on Whatnot as far as the ephemera as well.
Nice, Ron. How's it going, buddy? All right.
200 collection of movie posters and lobby cards from the 50s through the 70s.
That's a nice score. Definitely, yeah. We were just talking about posters because the opportunity had been sent to me about between 2,000 and 5,000 posters from the 70s and 80s, but it's just a lot of stuff sitting around. It's a lot of work, so I'm probably and they're oversized, so I'll probably pass on that.
Well, plus they would be shipped to you from across the country.
Well, my offer would be
Contingent
delivered.
on,
Delivered. I'm not paying shipping on that.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, it's
sure.
Definitely. The only problem is you end up buying more stuff than you can sell, which I think we all have that issue. Daniel Wasaki just. But Daniel, it's not till after our show. Just letting you know, not till after our show. So you watch this and then you go over to Whatnot to buy it. 350 postcards from Mr. Buys a Lot. All right, very good. Yeah, I've purchased from him before as well. Very happy with everything I bought off him, and I made a few dollars back in the day. Can't argue with that. So yeah, I ended up buying some stuff. Just a bunch of little sales, and this I found kind of funny. I went to a library sale. I think I had mentioned last week that there was, and I was working out there. Mm-hmm. So I went over to the library sale, and it was fill a bag for $5. So I brought a bag in.
Right.
And kind of going through stuff, and there's a little room left in a bag, and there was the children's first book of radio, something or other like that from the 1940s. Yeah. And the only reason I picked it up was because it had a jacket on it. It was 1940s, had a jacket. I said, okay, it's got to be okay. And I'm thinking to myself, it's a $5 book, $7 book, something or other like that. I'll throw it up on Amazon for $5 to $7. But it's filling in the spot in my bag. It's not changing my cost any.
Right.
I get home, it's a $75 to $100 book.
There you go. Nice.
And that just goes to show that you absolutely never know. If you've got a little room left over in a bag in a fill-the-bag sales, fill it up, because you never know what you're going to get. Because, again, I didn't really want the book.
Right.
Turns out it's a really good book, and I've been doing books for 20 years, and I had zero idea whatsoever. Probably walked by it 5-10 times before it sales, and never, ever, ever looked at it twice.
Right. Very cool.
Now, just because it was free, I learned it, and now I've got another book, another bolo when I'm out there. So you never know.
Yeah.
Ephemera is a new thing there. I've seen some do really well. Others that are new, it can go cheap. You got to build up your following, it seems. Yeah, I definitely, and we'll be talking about whatnot shortly when I get done meandering about my buys. Did end up going to the flea market. They're only the one. The local one has the flower show, so I drove down to the other flea market. Do you remember the weather on Sunday?
It was either cold and crappy.
No.
Nice. Oh, nice then.
It was nice. It was nice.
It was one extreme or the other. Yeah.
It was really, really nice. I said, I'm going to clean up down here. Got a haul video coming out. Spoiler alert. I picked up 6 items at the flea market. Ooh. It was horrid. Absolutely horrid. However, I had gotten a call from the gentleman that usually holds the warehouse sales.
Yeah.
And he had purchased, he calls it an antique store. I would call it more of a vintage variety store, because he's got lots and lots of stuff. Well, he let me pick a bunch of stuff out of there and ended up buying 4 boxes of books out of there. So some neat stuff that I'll be showing you in the haul video as well, coming up Monday if Random Neighborhood Kid gets it off the phone. So, but that literally was a mile from the flea market, so that made that trip worthwhile.
Sure.
Libya Cookbook is the bolo. Oh, there you go. I had no idea on that either. Oh, Luby's Cafeteria. Okay. I say Libya. Okay. And then I did end up going to 3 church sales on Saturday.
Oh, that's a lot. It seems like a lot of church sales in one day.
Was a lot of church sales. One was fill a bag for $5, and it seems to be a trend around here. So I filled it up with books. Another one didn't have much, and the last one I ended up buying. Another little spoiler alert from a bolo video. Ended up buying a bunch of plush, which I don't usually buy, but they were all bears, Hard Rock Cafe bears, things like that, and was picking them up for $1 a piece to $1.50 a piece.
Nice.
Which I don't usually deal in, but I said, there were a few older books and that kind of stuff too. So, once in a while you find a few things over there. So found a few things out there. Live in my eBay shed. There you go.
Yeah, we all have that issue.
And then right before the show, you brought me, I think, $120 that you owed me, something rather like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So I've got a little change in my pocket going jing-a-ling-a-ling as I head on out of town tomorrow. Going to be meeting up with Bagpipes and heading off to a sale over in Ohio. That should be fun. Definitely, now that I think about it, I got to figure out the GoPro's over there. I got to figure out how to charge it and use that. Got some bad news, though. Bagpipe's parents are going into assisted living this coming weekend.
Oof.
So he said, come on by the house, see if you want to buy stuff for me. And that's going to be kind of weird because I knew his parents, when I was growing up. And that's going to be really, really weird. Like, oh, hi, here's all your life stuff.
Oh, good.
Exactly.
You can maybe get some good buys. Because sometimes they don't have room in assisted living where, like...
They want to sell pretty much everything they're not bringing.
Yeah.
But again, that's going to be really, really awkward. Hi, how much you want for these records? I do know, and I want to ask you, do older classical records sell?
If they're like foreign labels or rare labels and slowly on Amazon, but for good money when they sell.
How do I know good labels?
If you don't know what it is, it's a good label.
There you go. Okay.
Or if you can't, you're good with the foreign stuff, so if you can't pronounce it or,
Because I know that his father was a big classical music fan, so he's going to have a lot of classical records over there.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be really, really weird.
Try to get them cheap, sure. Don, just give me 7 days notice. I'll fix up Cloud City for you, and you can live above the stars just like they did in Empire Strikes Back.
Nice. So that's going to be a little sad news because again I grew up with him and his parents and everything,
Sure.
but It's going to be kind of. And then he asked me, "Do you do toys and old board games?" I go, "Yeah." So somehow I think I'm going to end up with the Rogue filled before I even go to my sale.
Fine. Good. Well, maybe I'll have to come out there and split half of it with you and fill up my truck.
There you go. Hey, Amazon seller 99. Yeah, we're tired. We're tired. Always.
Well, it's funny. We were just doing a bolo before then. I was the one yawning, not Paperboy. So, but though Amazon seller 99 question. I'm gonna do Feed Advisor for the 60-day trial period for the repricer. I don't know if you ever tried it or any input, advice on that, but certainly let me know.
There we go. Hey, Random Neighborhood Kid just showed up. We're doing well. You got to show me where the GoPro is or after the show, so I make sure I bring that with me. Alrighty. Hey, we're gonna head on into glitch of the week. Did you notice any glitches?
I don't know. I think there was something going on. I can't remember. There's so much stuff going on. You tell them.
I will. Salute. I've been recently selling shirts and whatnot. A bit of a grind. Feel like I'm giving away merchandise. I know good deals will get me a following, but here's hoping for the best. Yeah, you've got a. I'll go into my whatnot experience, and of course I put the video up also so people could see it, but I'm going to shortly go into that as well and my theories on that, so stay tuned.
Well, I would say one thing real quick. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it in 2-3 weeks or so, but I think I'm going to put out stuff in lots and quantity, stuff that I don't care what it sells for, but good stuff where, hey, I should get $5 to $20. If I get $3, I don't even care. Like that's going to be my mindset. If you put 20, 30, 50 items up, they'll still pick up, a few $100 and it'll still be worth it. And I, got rid of a long box or a magazine box. So, you try it out and see what happens and go from there.
So the glitch of the week, and I know that Primetime was mentioning this in his Facebook group, you get an upstream connect to air or disconnect reset before headers, reset reason overflow.
I did get those. I had to keep refreshing the page,
Yep. And I got it 2 different times, but only once, the 2 different times. Okay. But I know Primetime was saying that he was regularly having it, and a lot of other people were having that where they...
it was early for me 2 days ago, so then I stopped, and I kept doing it. So I went on to Amazon to print labels, had eBay labels. Then when I came back, it was fine. And then the next day, one time it happened, and that was it.
Oh, thank you, Joy. You're a joy.
Appreciate that.
Definitely do. Definitely do. So that was a bit of an error. Get that following brand new, so hoping it takes off soon. Clear a lot of old stuff. Yeah.
I do have a question. So what if you do whatnot for 2 weeks, a month, whatever, and then just stop doing the video? Do they, you can just still have your account, or
I believe, they never.
They don't want to push you to, hey, you got to keep doing it.
They haven't said so, but
it seems like it's a strict. They got some strict rules going on there, so who knows? Nothing surprises me.
That is true. Talk to them or never sign up. I'm going with Channel Advisor several years ago. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That was who you used, right?
we tried that years ago. I think we had them for 2-3 years, but it got really pricey because at the time I think I had 100,000 listings, but now we're triple that, and the price seems to be reasonable for the 300,000 listings. So we'll see how it goes.
I think the problem with the Channel Advisor was they weren't so much set up for blanket. Where they covered everything. They wanted you to go in.
It was more for smaller inventory, for 5,000-10,000 listings where you could alter certain things. If I wanted to do records and have them different than magazines, and I'm not going to go through 100 or 300,000 listings.
And there's no easy way to sort.
Exactly. Just put it all up. Let me compete at a certain volume or percentage or price, and go from there. I want it automatic, definitely.
All right, he hasn't shown up yet, but this is the segment that Carl, the lazy reseller, hates. The insulting offer of the week. Now, I know Michael was going to, I told him to share one of them with us, but we'll head on into, you've gotten, I will say.
I send you some, so I don't know if you talk about them or not, but yeah, definitely.
Mr. Magazine must have banned more people this week than I've ever seen before.
I'm just so busy. I don't have the patience for nonsense. And there was one guy, I don't know if I sent it to you, he kept making lower offers. So I would decline it, and then usually I don't even decline it. I just ignore it, But then that one guy got mad that I was ignoring his offers, and it's just I don't have time for that. I really don't.
Well, there was one gentleman who got mad at you, and basically he was one of those people that said in an email, and I'm going to make this part up because I don't really remember all of it, but it was more or less, hey, would you take $21 each on the Rolling Stone magazines you have up, whatever it was. And Mr. Magazine said, rightly so, please make offers through eBay. So the gentleman made the $21 offers, and Mr. Magazine turned them down.
Well, it was way lower. I think
Because
it was $21 total. So the offers have been like $3, $4, $5.
Oh, that's
each.
what he wanted. Okay.
So and I don't know what I'm asking on these items just to accept an offer. Maybe I'm asking five. I wouldn't ask top five, but I could be asking 10, 20, or 50. It could be a rare Rolling Stones. I don't know. I just make them through eBay, and then I can at least compare his price.
Right. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. And I tried to explain it to him as well that hey, you ask out of the blue. I've got 19,000 items. If you say to me, you've got 6 Harper's Weekly from 1902 up, would you take $15 each for them? I don't know because I don't know what's 6. It's not worth my time to sit there and search them out, or I don't have the time or can't make the time. Search out 6 different 1902. Wait, I found 7. Which 6 does he? Make me the $15 offer on each of the 6 you want. If I accept them, great. They end. It takes care of the inventory problem. I can find them easily. But he just didn't want to do that.
Well, and
he got angry.
I tell everybody, make all the offers. Then before you pay and check out, I will combine shipping. Because everyone always asks it. If I buy 5 items, blah, 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 blah. Channel Advisor changed the price amount 4 years ago. So, yeah, that's how Feed Advisor is now. It's $1,500 a month after the first 2 months. And then it's based on $150,000 in sales per month. Minimum. So.
Yeah, so I got $8 on a $32 item with free shipping, which I said, okay, that was a winner chicken dinner. So all of a sudden I got a $5 offer from somebody else on a $32 item.
Nice.
So I emailed them and I said, hey, that almost covers the shipping and fees. And then I used Bravo, which of course is what you got told by the one seller.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Bravo.
Kill me.
I had $100 boots. The person kept lowballing and whining, come on, man, the shipping is too high. I just declined. Yep, and at some point we decline ban.
Yeah.
At some point you push yourself into ban territory just by lowballing constantly on things. And again, I do try to explain it to people.
Yeah.
But they just keep making them over there. And then I did get a different winner though. So I had, and you've been doing magazines for a long time.
Yep.
How many movie magazines from the 1910s do you come across?
None, very few, a handful. I mean, it's few and far between.
So they're difficult to find.
Sure.
I was asking $69, nice, on one of the magazines from 1915, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Guy offers $10.
Like new magazines are $10. You have like $8, $9, $10 in the store. I mean, it's insulting.
I was just gonna say you can't buy a magazine at the newsstand for $10, and you want something from 1915 that there are 100 of them left in left around. Crazy. I stopped selling eBay because I'm done with complaining, negotiating. I'm much happier.
Yeah, big move. Yeah, but I think a lot of people may be doing that. Just you can find somewhere else with less headaches and just like Michael here with the low offers. 25 to 50%. Again, the 50% bothers me more than the 25%, because the 25%, they're just crazy, and I'm sure they think they're not going to get it probably, but a lot of people think, it's a 50% off sale eBay. Anything they're selling, they can buy for 50%, and that's what gets me going, so I ignore those as well.
Well, what really gets me going is I get the 50% offers, but I have the free shipping.
Yeah.
So it's really 40% or 38% or something rather like that, and then you try to explain it to them.
You're making 5 to 10% on an item, and it could be a $10 item. Where are you going?
Yep. Yeah. The only time I would take anything like that again is, again, I did last week when it was something I've been up since 2011. Different story. 2011.
Dawn's bragging. Yes.
No insulting offers.
We're jealous because we don't get any offers. Ours are all insulting. So yes, I'm very jealous of that.
So play along, Don. Make an insulting offer up. They offered you $1.380. Been sending them though. It's put half my Etsy shop on 50% sale. Whoa!
I'll have to take a look at that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Did have a customer issue, and it's completely my fault.
Okay.
So I came back from the Poconos, and do check out the haul video if you haven't already. I know Don and a couple of other people have gone over and joined the Vintage Syndicate over on Facebook. Craig's a great guy. And I know Daniel Wasaki has come over here from there, so that's great. Little migration, gotta love that. But I came back and I was in a hurry because I had a lot of stuff to pack on Sunday, and I wanted to get it out Monday morning because, of course, you got stuff for the whole weekend and all that. And I'm doing it all at one time. So I mixed up, and I don't know how I did this. I mixed up a $20 religious booklet with a $99 or $79 Marvel Treasury comic book, Superman and Spider-Man.
Yeah, okay.
Mix those two up. Oh my goodness gracious. Now luckily both people have contacted me. Both people are going to return them.
That's good.
So hopefully it'll get cleared up. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm gone this weekend when they'll show up, and
Sure.
these people will be saying, "Is my item going out?" Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm out of town.
Well, my experience when my employees have done the mixing game there, and usually they'll both contact me, but only one will send the item back. And I try to get them to send it to each other, so one guy gets it and one guy keeps it, and then I get screwed. So I get to give one refund out. But,
I know the one person sent it back, and the other one was saying, "I can't print the label out." And I'm like, "Oh boy!" But then they verified my address with me, so I believe that she's sending it back
one time
as
in
well.
25 years isn't too bad.
It happens about once every 2 years. I end up doing it.
Wow.
So,
It could be a printing thing. Maybe you printed it, or the printer, shot it out in a different order. Who knows?
no, I'm just an
Or you're
idiot.
sorting it differently.
I'm just an idiot.
All right.
So you had a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues, but which one are you referring to?
Media mail.
Media mail. Oh yes.
I set you up.
I do ship media mail. Listen, my mind's just a little touch. It's like what do they call that on TV when they got the delay? You got the delay going on here. So
As long as you don't
anyways,
have the test pattern.
my shipping manager spoke with me the other day about the mailman coming in and saying he had a return, and it was $3.12 to pay the postage due on it, because it's media mail and you have to pay postage on media mail, but anything else
On
you don't have to-
returns.
right?
Yep.
So, and it was never even open, and the guy hands it to him and he says, "You can't ship this media mail. Only educational items can be shipped media mail." Now he knows we ship all kinds of items, magazines, brochures, okay, adult magazines, whatever. He knows we ship all kinds of stuff, and there are certain adult magazines that can go media mail. Like the
Well, you
special-
also
the
sell
special
books.
place- right? So books,
Yeah.
anything, So trade paperbacks is another thing. So we probably send out 5 to 10 a day out of 200-300 items, whatever. Not too many, but he returns one and says it's not educational and it can't go media mail, but it was not opened. And I was baffled at that. So then I said to my manager, I said, where does this educational thing come in? It's always been books, records, whatever, no advertising. So I had paperwork printed out, the rules online at the post office, and nowhere did it say educational. So I don't know what's going on, but I printed it out for my manager. I go, just show him next time they return something that, and they didn't. What did they have? Like, Superman, he's got the goggles and they can see through stuff or whatever. But it's just it's crazy. But they didn't even open it up, so it's I don't know, just baffling to me.
Well, and that's the part that I have I have a problem with a couple of different parts of that. Number one, the fact that they didn't open it up. That's
Well, it was thin, so it could have been a comic that I thought was a trade. So sometimes I'm printing, and it's probably the case. But again, it still could be a trade.
but you
a
still
thin
have
trade.
to open it to
Right.
be able to tell what it is.
Yeah,
'cause
they're
you never
subject
know
to
what
open it.
is.
They told them that, and we already knew that happened because they've done it before, But and for the volume we do not get very many returns in media mail, very few, and of course we hear a handful. So
And I did read, and I did find one spot where it did say educational, that it's meant for educational, but then you keep reading, and there's really no other mention of education.
but that's open to interpretation, anyways.
Well, and that was what I was just going to say. I have read, and I'll give a perfect example. When I went to the library sale, and I did an Instagram about it, I bought a book, and you probably don't know who Joe Tate is, but Joe Tate was a longtime Cleveland Cavaliers announcer. He did a book. I bought the book because, I want to read this.
Yeah.
And I know I can sell it afterwards, and did an Instagram. Do check our Instagram out if you haven't already. And I threw it in the bag, and I, brought it home and whatever. And as I'm reading it, I'm learning about the Cleveland Indians and their announcers and some things about their team from the early 1960s.
Yeah.
I learned a couple of names of a couple of the announcers that I grew up in Cleveland and I did not know.
Sure.
I learned something, and if I see that person's name on something again, or let's say that I'm out somewhere and I just see a scribbled autograph with that name on it.
Right.
Well, now I know who that is. I have learned something
Yeah.
from a book about Joe Tate.
Sure.
I legitimately have learned something that could help me in my business.
Right.
Say I bought say I wanted to learn Italian, and I bought a little golden book in Italian.
Yeah.
I'm learning when I'm reading it.
Right.
It is educational to me when I'm reading about the little hen.
Right, but even research, like even I'm going to say adult magazines again. Not that I read them, but like someone could research them for a movie or something, or even to learn how to list them and sell them online. So again, you can't prove or disprove what education or no education. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely crazy on that one over there. Absolutely crazy. Define education. Yep. You never know. Got sent an Xbox, a ton of games instead of a
Ooh, yeah, that's
message to buyer. He got pissed at me for asking for a return label. Wow.
yeah.
See, and I immediately told both people to put in a return. They could get the label, no problem whatsoever, and so I cover the shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to do that. Yeah.
why have them cover the shipping? And one person said they couldn't print the label, and I said, when I ship your item out, I will include a check for you. I'll reimburse you, obviously, and what I'll do is they seem like somebody or other that would be going to the post office, so it'll list right on there what it is. Say it costs $5.51 to ship it back to me. I'm gonna give them a $7 check. I mean, give them a little something extra because I put them out there a little
for sure
period of time without the item.
Yeah, no, I get
it. $5.51. We'll give them the
it's
exact
good
amount.
business.
Extra.
Why be chintzy? Exactly.
Yep.
Cost of doing business.
We've been doing Whatnot. It's been a lot of fun. My man has his stuff on there, and eBay, of course, whole different audience, but a good forum. Cool. Well, why don't we? That was actually what. Let me talk about one other quick thing, and then we'll talk about your Whatnot onboarding. And my Whatnot as well. So eBay sent out an email asking us to oppose the $600 1099. I don't know if you saw that
Did
or
I
not.
get that?
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Probably didn't read it.
Usually I send it to you though.
No, not those you don't, because you never can figure out where they're at. They wouldn't come from your regular email. It would come in one of the other promotions or something.
All right.
So basically, eBay is asking all of us to contact our representative so that eBay doesn't have to send out 1099s to people that sell $600 worth of items. And I know Pure Hustle Podcast had posted that up there and said, let's contact them. I think this is kind of important. And I actually commented to him and said, we're going to agree to disagree on this. Yeah. I said, how many people have you heard out there, especially on the boards and all that, are like, wait, how much before I get a 1099? And they do everything they can to stay under that amount. So they're selling, in the old days, they were selling, $15,000 to $18,000 worth of stuff, and not reporting it, just so they stayed underneath the reporting limits.
Right. Yeah.
These are people that are competing with me.
Well, we had a friend of ours that was doing that with the magazines. Yeah, he, once he got to that level, he was picking and choosing what he was going to sell as he was nearing that 20K mark, and then selling us off some of the other stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I had to disagree with him, and I commented on it and say, we'll agree to disagree on this one over here. But I think anything that levels the playing field and makes other sellers pay their taxes like we pay our taxes. And, if you saw our live video on how much a reseller can make, we were very open about the dollar amount we pay in taxes. Very, very open about it. I wrote that check for $8,500, and it still stings me. And you're still writing checks.
Yeah. I'll write checks till next year.
Until the cows come home. So, but I didn't know if everybody had seen that or not. But yeah, eBay is asking people to push back against the 1099 rules. I disagree. Your mail carrier is just wrong. Just because you work for the post office doesn't mean you're an expert on U.S.
He is one of those guys that knows it all, so I think maybe that's part of it. I think they returned it, and then he just made up some scenario for it to sound cool.
Well, and Amazon Seller 99, I don't know if you saw that video or not, but we also did a video about how pretty much everybody here in this forum knows more about postal regulations than the guy at the post office does. We know more about so many things than the other people that do it because we deal with it every single day. We know more about so many things.
I've got in trouble with the postmaster general twice years ago, and I make sure I don't do that anymore. I was sending stuff out incorrectly, but it was obvious incorrect. Just because Amazon doesn't give you a lot of money, sometimes you want to cut corners so you're not losing $20 by shipping out a heavy item out. But again, we don't do that anymore, and haven't heard from them ever since. So
definitely.
Plus, we spend probably $500,000 with the post office. Maybe that helps.
Quite a bit of money. You got a survey about promoted listings. Wow, look at you. Very, very lucky.
The nice John Jones is in the house.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Don't worry. Not for you. You don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. What did Leona Helmsley say? Taxes are for the little people.
That's true, yeah.
So you had one other quick funny thing. So everybody out there is going to get a good laugh out of this because all of you pay attention. Mr. Magazine, believe it or not, does not.
It's crazy talk.
You asked me this past weekend, you said, do you sell on biblio.com?
Oh, I did, yeah.
Which I've said multiple times in the show that I do and even have given sales from there. So,
well, talking about Biblio and selling on Biblio are two different things. So I could have heard Biblio, but not heard Biblio.
So how did your whatnot go? Hopefully you paid a little more attention to that onboarding.
I was very nervous about it, just for these rules. You're going to get a quiz afterwards. If you fail the quiz,
a little bit of a...
And you got a phone call.
I was going to say, I got a 15
one-on-one,
one-on-one
right?
15-minute phone call. You did not.
I was in a Zoom with 100 other people, and I couldn't... you have to put your hand up, that's what it said, to get...
You put your hand up or you push the button? Is there a button on there?
Well, that's probably why. Maybe that's why he didn't call me, because I'm the only one. I'm the only one in the pictures. Like I go, my arm's getting tired, and I don't know. He's not calling me.
And everybody else is using the built-in software to raise their hand.
Well, I was thinking that after a while, I'm like, I don't see anyone. He's calling these people, their hands aren't up. So I'm new to the old Zoom thing. So, anywho, but it was good. I took a lot of notes just in case. I did pass the quiz, which was pretty easy.
Oh, you made my night.
Yeah, thank you. So that's how it is.
But go ahead. What were your thoughts about the?
I have to practice, and I'm not like Paperboy. I'm a little quiet, soft-spoken maybe, but I want.
You're saying I'm a big mouth?
Well, I want to be entertaining, so I want to make sure, the first time he's going to help me, so...
So you're not like me, you'd like to be entertaining.
If I end up choking tongue-tied, Paperboy's going to step in on it for the first one. But, I want to just make sure everything sounds good. I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I get a, reader's block, and, I don't know what I'm saying, and I got to reset myself. But hopefully we'll be all right. We'll do it. But I have to be in an area... I got to find a good spot, too, maybe above the shop where it's quiet, no distractions and so forth. So, but another thing too is a good time. It's hard for me to do it in the evening, so I'm gonna have to probably do some late afternoon. So hopefully that time is okay. I did want to ask them what's the best and worst times to do it, but I didn't get a chance because I wasn't raising my hand properly. So, well, for dumb people, they can't all be 99 geniuses and I'm an idiot. Maybe he should have said, "Hey, there's a button for raising your hand." I don't know, but I'm not in a corporate world where you're on Zooms every day or anything like that. So.
Oh, that's a nice segue into the main topic about the day job. Good job. You should have just saved that for about...
I wanted to get out of this one.
About 4 minutes.
Here. I don't know if it's hot in here. I'm nervous. I'm 3 nervous jitters, and it's 3 weeks away. So.
Yeah, and Joey, I would absolutely agree.
Sorry.
Nope. Go ahead. Go back. No, you can go on to what Michelle said there, and then I'll comment. Zoom with 60 people. Quiz was nothing. Said in 2 days we should be good to go. No phone calls.
I think I just got it today. The approval. So. Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Whatnot video, part 3 in the series, where I did the first show, and I want to thank Mr. Magazine for coming by and lending some moral support. I will admit I was nervous beforehand, and I think I didn't show the beginning, or I didn't show the auction itself on that video, but I'm sure they archive them. I would think. I think you could probably watch that auction at some point. I definitely was nervous at first, but about 5 or 6 items in, I kind of, was like, what's his name, Matthew Wilder? Nothing gonna break in my stride.
Sure.
Yeah, great 1980s music reference right there.
Great.
But it was fun. I'm looking forward to the next one. It's going to be 1 week. 1 week from tomorrow, because I can't do it tomorrow because I'm going out of town. So it's going to be a week from then. What I'd like to do, what I'm planning on doing, is doing a little, another video about it, but kind of a behind the scenes, where I show you how I pick what I'm picking, or where I show you how I put it up. One question that I had, and I did reach out to help, and they did reach support, and they reached back to me, was if you are listing on there, you see where there's an option for like 7 ounces for a comic book. Well, obviously, if I have 10 comic books, that's going to weigh more than 7 ounces. They told me you could use a custom weight if you're selling things that are outside their normal weights. So going to definitely be doing that as well. The other question that I know a couple of people have raised, and I was thinking about this myself, and I think you may have even asked this, Mr. Magazine, was eBay has to be aware of this.
Sure.
When or will they offer the same thing, and will it work?
True. Yeah. It just may. Who knows?
Oh, thank you, Joy.
Yeah.
People tend to love getting away from me. I don't understand that one at all. But you just wonder if eBay is going to do it or not at some point or other. You would think
idea.
so.
I mean, who knows? Maybe get some sellers back. Even if it's 1% or less than 1%, something's better than nothing. So
that is absolutely true.
Help get some sales, sure. So my question wasn't people. Well, here's my
there
question.
we are. Nothing's gonna hold me down. Oh no.
I emailed them twice and I had my hand raised, which didn't work out. But I never got an answer because Paperboy told me in his one-on-one meeting they said you can list adult magazines, which was great. I can't wait to do that if it's true. But then someone did the chat in the onboarding and asked about Playboys and Penthouse, and they said no. So then I did the same thing twice. I emailed and I did the chat, and they did not respond to me. If you can do, I just said adult.
When did you contact them?
I did. That must have been.
Just go on the website and just click on seller support.
What day was my thing?
Yesterday, right? Or was it Monday?
Monday. So then Tuesday I must have.
Huh.
So, but I also did the chat as well, and they did not respond. I just said, can you list magazines like Playboy, Penthouse, or other adult titles, and no response. So. If anyone knows, definitely let me know at some point. Very important. I don't want to put stuff on and then get in trouble either. So
that would be true too.
I'll hold off on that one. I'll probably start with comics as well.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.
Would definitely appreciate that. Yeah. Definitely do.
There we go. Go to Playboy today. So if you can't do Playboy, you can't do anything.
No, right. It's weird because they had told me.
Which Playboy is weird because everyone allows Playboys. Everyone, So.
Oh, one other quick thing. I don't know if anybody noticed this or not, but we changed our glasses up. We got ourselves nice little emoji glasses. Oh, there we are. That's.
Jeez, I thought they were minions. I didn't look closely.
That's us when. Oh boy, I'm really bad at this. That's us when Mr. Magazine's not raising his hand in the meeting properly.
Oh, there you go. Wow. Interesting.
The art section. Okay.
We'll have to look and read it. You'll have to contact them on that then. So.
Three for 75 cents, so a quarter a piece on these at a church sale. I can't argue with that whatsoever. No. Actually, it was 37.5 cents because it was half price day.
Wow, nice.
So really good deal out there. Yeah. So once I figure out how to work this camera, I'll be pointing to various emojis as you're talking. Should be a lot of fun.
Did you have a hay penny or did you just round up?
I rounded up. It's for the church. Sure. I can give them a half a penny.
True.
Gonna head on into our main topic today, which is reselling versus a day job. It's kind of a general topic as to what you can get from reselling versus what you can get from a day job, and which is better, why, and you've got the one perspective, obviously, from just reselling.
Yeah.
But what are your opinions of? Well, you've seen enough people on day jobs. So what's your opinion on things?
It's a big jump to make. I mean, for me, it's stressful, and I run myself thin as it is. And we're talking about Paperboy doing Facebook and YouTube and whatnot. And for me to do that, I have to take away from everything else I'm doing. And I'm trying to grow my business, build up eBay more with all this stuff that I bought, and I just can't find the time for that. So, I don't know how I'm going to find time for whatnot. I'll have to, but it's hard for you to have a job, eBay, Amazon, your website, Etsy, and all that, and do YouTube, and do whatnot. So
and have a family.
I forgot about that. We both have families, and I'm sure most or all of us do as well. And there's just, and it drains me just thinking about, because I get stressed out. Like, I don't think I'll have the time for that. Maybe I can do whatnot, but I won't be able to do Facebook or YouTube. And again, it's tough for me. But and I enjoy the eBay and building that up, and Amazon and so forth, and the website. So it's hard for me, and maybe that's decision's hard for me. Like maybe. The day job is hard for you to decide, but I think you'll be more successful when you're done with your day job because you have so much inventory. If you can find a happy medium as far as are you going to get a warehouse, you're going to get an employee, and I'm going through this now where I can't even hire people unless I pay what my managers are getting now. So do I want to list my stuff and pay more to them to get it listed, or scale down and list less stuff and have less payroll? So for me, obviously, I'm going to pay more. I got to get this stuff listed. There's so much money I'm leaving on the table by buying this stuff and just sitting around. There's no point in buying. I love the buying, the thrill. That's the thrill for me. And to buy it and have it sitting around and never list it is like, it's just annoying and stressful. So, but yeah, it's a tough transition once you make that jump to get one employee. Maybe the one employee is working with you in your house, then two, and then you get a store. But who knows? You got to slowly, wean into that next step. So
the advantage there are a few advantages of having a day job. Number one, and I know I'm special in that in some ways I'm insulated because I do work for New York State. The chances of me losing my job are, as they say, slim to none, and Slim just left town. I would really have to screw things up in order to lose the job. Union protection, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't have that stress that a lot of people have in the day job. The other advantage is I've got benefits, which if you're going to do reselling full time, you don't have benefits. You don't. Now, there are ways around it. Didn't your father join the Chamber of Commerce, as I remember? Yep. And he was able to purchase life insurance or medical insurance through the Chamber of Commerce. So there are ways out there. There are groups out there that you can purchase things through, like the insurances and all that. Of course, I pay for some portion of my medical insurance, but nowhere near what I would if I had to cover it myself. Right. I make an okay dollar. However, I'll give it the perfect example. I don't run sales. Do you know why I don't run sales, generally speaking?
Well, if you start selling more stuff, you can't keep up with it.
That's exactly it. And I thought of this yesterday because sales were, to use your favorite word about sales, putrid. And
I laugh every time. We don't hear that word enough in society.
So I was in Rochester. I had to drive yesterday for work. I had to drive down to Attica. My mother always said I ended up in Attica. Turns out she was right. It's an hour and a half drive for me. I had to drive an hour and a half down, an hour and a half back. That's 3 hours in the car. I had to do work while I was there. I had to do a little work beforehand. Of course, when I've got the 3 hours in the car plus the time working there, I don't answer my emails and all that. I come home to work emails. I've got to take care of. I've got a whole bunch of things I got to do. Imagine if I had put stuff on sale and I came back and 12 items had sold.
Yeah.
I would not have time to handle that at the end of the day on top of anything else that I had going on.
But then that 12 items takes away from your 20 listings that you would have got in. So now if you're going to list 40 or 50 the next day, now you're only at 30. And that's like an issue I have with my employees. If someone's sick one day and we can't pull orders, now I got to take a lister off of listing. That's costing me money now because I can't list and make money to pull orders. So, and we're short-staffed as it is. So, not a good thing.
No, and so there are advantages to having a day job. No doubt whatsoever. And I'm lucky in a number of ways. I'm very lucky in many ways.
I am your partner, so yes, I understand where you're coming from there. Sure.
Just don't get a big head about it. I'm lucky in many ways in that I've been doing the job for 31 and a half years. I've done work with many of the people year after year after year. Most aspects of the job are not difficult for me because I've seen pretty much everything. I know how to handle most things that come along. Of course, it's state management, which leaves a lot to be desired. So any stresses that I have are either stress I put on myself or stress coming from management and their rules.
Sure.
Other people are not so lucky. I know Auction Professor talks all the time about how he was managing restaurants and just, the 80, 90-hour weeks that he was putting in. Now, I am putting in 80, 90-hour weeks. You are as well.
Yeah.
Mine is split, half and half between the reselling and the day job. Yours is strictly, of course, the reselling. It's difficult, but that trip to the Poconos that I made was actually what I want to do. And I know you've got different visions of what you enjoy doing, but I really enjoyed going down there. I enjoyed meeting Craig. I enjoyed picking the stuff up. There actually was an estate sale right along the way that if I had known about or had more time, I would have stopped on the way. I'm going to this. I'm going to this buy this weekend. Going to the sourcing this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm driving 2 states away, and I'm looking so forward to it.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I mean, I can because I can take vacation from the day job. But if I look and, I'm booked up next week for the day job, and I look and there's a great estate sale on next Wednesday,
Yeah.
I can't go to it because, I'm in Attica. How am I going to go to the estate sale when I'm in Attica?
Right.
Every once in a while I get lucky and I'm near it for my day job and I can stop by, like with the library sale and all that. But I missed the first day of the library sale because I wasn't near it or I didn't have time in my day.
Sure, yeah.
Whereas I can source to my heart's content, and you could too. And I know you really, really enjoy buying stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's a daily thing. It's fun. I don't like driving so much, but if it's a big collection that gets my blood flowing, I'm in for anything.
Hey, Jiminy Flippin showed up. Hey, Jiminy.
How's it going?
So I see the. Good evening, guys. Travis, did you give a whatnot report yet? Indeed, we did. In summary, 30 items listed. What did I sell? $29 worth of stuff.
Oh, yeah, close to half, right? Close to half the lot.
11 out of 30 sold. Yeah. We will be giving a behind the scenes of the next one. We'll probably do a behind the scenes when Mr. Magazine gets set up. So it was a lot of fun, but definitely do watch the video if you haven't seen it yet. It's just the other, and again, I'm lucky in a lot of different ways. Another thing that I really enjoy is meeting people. And you definitely meet a lot of people when you're reselling.
Yeah.
You learn a lot of people's stories. You go and you meet a lot of different people. I'm lucky in my day job that I have a field job, so I meet lots of different people every day as well.
Right.
Most people don't have a field job in their day job. They go to an office and they see the same 5 people or 10 people or whatever it is day after day.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's great. They form good friendships and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I've got a miserable personality, but I also go around to lots of different places, day after day after day and meet different people. So I get the best of it in my day job as best as can be, other than those darn 40 hours a week that I can't do what I want to do.
Yeah, well, how much time we got till that goes away? A couple of years?
No, not even. It's 95 weeks, 2 days.
Less than 2 years. Good for you. 11 out of 30 sounds decent. Yeah, it was. His goal was to fill up his gas tank, so he filled up half his gas tank. So it wasn't too bad.
And the biggest advantage. Oh, thank you. Hit the thumbs up. John is absolutely right. Hit the thumbs up. I think the biggest advantage. Let me ask you an honest question, and I want you to answer honestly here.
All right.
Thank you, Joy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're going to ask you a serious question. I told you not to be stupid. If you made what was your bottom line last year? You said it on the air. I forget what it was.
$350.
Bottom line, and then you have to pay taxes out of it.
No, so after the taxes it was 3 something.
All right, so you made $300,000 last year, thereabouts. In your wildest dreams, did you think you would be making that peddling magazines and toys?
No, not like 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had small goals. If it was like I had 100,000 in sales, I wanted 200,000. When I had 200, I wanted 500, 500, $1 million. So and it took us 10, 12 years to get to that point. And now I want 5 million in sales. So that's my goal. And I could easily get that if I have enough listers doing it and more people on payroll, and that's why I'm going to start paying more money to employees. I just don't have a choice. I gotta compete with these other companies because I'm losing employees left and right, and they're leaving for either health insurance or a couple dollars more an hour or something like that. So the valuable ones are worth keeping, and I'm stepping up to the plate and I'm going to pay more money now. So
yeah, so you're making you made more money than you ever thought you could make last year, and I made what. Through my day job, I made what the state was contractually obligated to pay me. Quite a bit less than $300,000, I will admit.
Yeah.
There's no upside for me in the state job. I make what I make, period, end of story. most people are in that boat as well, unless you're a commission-based job, or it's some sort of a profit-sharing company. Other than that, if you're making $45,000 a year in your job, you're making $45,000 a year. You're going out there, and is it possible that you could get promotion? Yes, of course. There's some level of self, things that you can do for yourself to help yourself.
Yeah, sure.
But you're making $45,000. It's not like at the end of the year, oh wow, I made $125,000. No, you made $45,000.
Right,
That's what you were
right,
making.
right.
That's what $20 an hour works out to, or whatever it is.
Sure.
That's what you're going to make. Whereas the upside of selling as a reseller, the upper limit's yours. I mean, it's up to you to decide what you want to make. Because you do have to follow some rules. You have to follow the eBay rules. You can't list adult. You have to follow Amazon. You can't break the Vero, et cetera, et cetera. But beyond that, what you do, it's up to you, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it absolutely is amazing, the opportunities that are out there. And if I wanted to, if we fast forwarded 95 weeks, 2 days, and I retired today. And tomorrow I said I want to do a 24-hour whatnot, I could do it.
I want to do one badly. I think that'll be
I
fun.
think I'm going to do one very, very badly.
But I say if we get a crew of 4, Paperboy, Mr. Magazine, a couple employees, I think we can knock it out. Either just, everyone does 30-minute intervals or something like that, whatever, and just keep going.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make that an office pool car.
Yeah. Well, 1 employee per ride, but I just got the car. It's very, very loud, very cool. I love it. It's not the car of my dreams, but it's a stepping, stool to the next car. So I gotta make more money so the bank will allow me to buy a better car in a few years. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, is that jalopy you parked out front?
It is. It's a jalopy. It sounds like a jalopy.
But that's so. If I had my druthers, there's a word you don't hear often enough. If I had my druthers, I would. You heard it twice in 2 sentences.
Yeah.
I would be reselling full time. At this point, of course, I can't leave the state job because the pension is 95 weeks, 2 days away, and so on. But if you're out there and you're stuck in an unhappy job and you're willing to take some risks and you're willing to understand that you don't have that safety net underneath you that I have with the day job.
Right.
However, you also don't have that ceiling that I have with the day job.
Right.
You don't have the benefits. That's a downside. But you also don't have 40 hours a week plus potentially travel time. So for some people, it takes up 45, 50 hours a week.
Right.
You don't have that hanging over your head every week. If you've got some level of discipline, when's the last time you slept in? Exactly.
I think it's 7 o'clock, and it must have been like I was away for a night or something in a hotel or something like that. And my body would. I think I would normally wake up anyways at 3, go back to sleep, wake up at 5, go back to sleep, then wake up at 7, and I can't go back to sleep after that. So that's me sleeping in.
Yeah, and I slept in the Poconos till 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I really slept in right there.
But
I didn't get up till 5.
Again, with our phones, and we can live off our phones, even with our work. I'm like, there's 100 emails, so I got to get up and, I might, instead of taking a newspaper into the boys' room, I'll take my phone and answer some of the emails there. So
yeah, remind me not to borrow that phone.
no
Travis said, "Well, what about the joy of auditing government employees?" Well, yeah, that's again, I've mentioned I'm very, very lucky in my day job. I get to do lots of fun things like that.
Hey, Barbara, how's it going?
But I guess if you've got some level of discipline, and I think discipline is probably the number one thing that you need for this, and I think we joke all the time about various people that we know and how we would love to see them run your business.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Because they're not disciplined.
Yeah.
But if you've got discipline, good work ethic, and you're willing to take some level of risk,
Right.
the sky's the limit on what you can make. Absolutely the limit. The sky is the limit. You can make $300,000 in a year like Mr. Magazine made last year.
I'm very interested to see in a couple of years when you're doing it full time, if you bite the bullet and get an employee, how that goes. Just because I'm just saying you see how hard I'm trying to get good employees, some come, the good ones, some good ones leave, some good ones stay, some bad ones come and they stay and they go. So, and it's crazy. Yeah. But, I know how you are, and you want someone at your level, and you can't get that with what's out there really, or paying even $15 an hour now. It's very hard.
See, Travis, we're an educational show. See, we can be shipped media mail.
Yeah.
Copies of this can be shipped media mail because we're educational. So right there. Just told my wife in 2 years I'd love the reselling full time. I have a long way to go.
You and Paperboy, very cool. 2 years from now.
Lake Erie reseller. Oh, I'll be driving right by Lake Erie tomorrow on my way over to Ohio. Druthers, haven't heard that in a while. Discipline, determination, and druthers.
There you go.
There you go. Alrighty, well, hopefully that helped you some, and I believe I've got a couple of random rambling story of the weeks, but I believe I'm going to turn it over to you because you told me you've got some more in this ongoing saga of your basement.
This is volume 32, if anyone's keeping track of the rambling story, the water issues in my basement.
You have more issues than National Geographic.
If I can handle this and my family get through this, I think we'll be able to get through anything. But anyways, so we all knew that a couple companies came out, and I got a pipe going from my sub pump through my basement, up the stairs to the foyer, out the garage door, and it's pumping on the side of my house.
So you've got to walk around that.
No, because the sub pump is in a room with a door, a little storage room.
Yep.
So the pipe's going up that room, over the ceiling. Then it hits the rail of the stairs and goes up the rail.
Oh, okay. So it's not actually on the stairs.
Yeah,
okay.
you don't. The only way you got to walk through, once it gets up into the foyer where there's a garage foyer, it's on the floor there, and then it's going down the step in the garage, out the garage door, and who knows if we got mice and squirrels coming in because it's open like this much for the pipe, and then once a week the pipe springs a leak because there's so much pressure going through it, and it's not a thick pipe, so. My employee, who's kind of handy, put a PVC piping over the area where the pressure was going because the pipe was kinked.
Somebody. Whoa, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, I will take 100% of that and buy Paperboy water or something like that.
I taught them druthers. If I had my druthers, I'd keep all $10. But
exactly.
Anyway.
Appreciate it. But so we have the pipe contained where it's not leaking now. It's been over a week. So we think we're in good shape. The basement company that's going to solve everything is coming in a month now, not 3 months. I convinced him once he saw the crap show that's going on in my basement. He felt bad for me, so he bumped us up a little bit. So I'm at my kid's game last night at 7 o'clock at night, and my mother-in-law calls me because she's watching my kid and says, your sub pump stopped pumping.
Now, how does she know that?
Well, it did rain the night before, so
we
had water in the basement.
Is there an alarm or something on it?
We had to disconnect the alarm because that pipe going to it now. But anyways, we had rained 2 days ago. Basement's kind of flooded in one area where there's a drain.
Right.
But it stopped working. She didn't hear any noise.
Okay.
And she saw that she'd been checked like daily. The water was up to the high level, and it never floods in there. It gets high because it's a little higher level, that first basement room. So I go, well, that's not good because now if it rains, anything going on, the groundwater, that room's going to get flooded. And we just fixed that room up nicely for my son because that's the only room that never gets water in it. So then I called a couple places. They were busy. They couldn't do it. I called one company, and they said, oh, yeah, just go to Home Depot, buy a sub pump. It's easy to install. You can do it yourself.
Oh, that's nice.
It's very nice of them. And I can probably be handy if I really wanted to be handy, but I just have no patience if I don't know what I'm dealing with. I don't like to read instructions. That's just how I've been. So my employee was going to help me.
I never noticed that.
My employee was going to help me, the next morning. So finally, I did get a company that would put in. They said they couldn't do it last night, and I said, "What if I buy the sub pump for you?" He goes, "That'll work, but they only got crap ones over at Home Depot and Lowe's. We got a better one. It's called I forgot the name of it, but so he came in and put a temporary one last night. Then he was going to put the real one in this morning, and then they call me and say we're too busy. It's got to be tomorrow. So I already paid them almost $1,000 for this job because it was emergency. It was after hours and all that crap. So." We're slowly getting there. I have a new sub pump going in tomorrow, hopefully. That'll solve the pumping issue, but we still have water coming in. So hopefully in 4 weeks, we'll get that solved. So, yeah, it's luckily I can handle almost anything at this point.
Don't know what to say.
And, well, that's what everyone else said. They've never seen anything like it, so it's a mystery. So, but here we have it.
The only thing I can say, and no disrespect meant by this, better you than me. And don't take that the wrong way.
It is an older house, and we decided not to sell and move because we have so much crap to fix it up nicer and live there for a while. And this is what happens, so. And we do have 2 cell phones. We're going to get a 3rd one in a month, too. Yep. So our 2 is not good enough. But it was older, the one that went, and it was shot, and it was pumping nonstop. So it made sense, but we'll get it fixed tomorrow, hopefully. And then next week we'll have some positive thing to say about it. So we will see.
Wow.
Yeah.
All righty, everybody. So definitely... definitely do check out. We have a good video going up tomorrow. I am certain. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's good.
I trust you.
I trust me too on that one. Saturday we have the usual Bolo video. If I can get Random Neighborhood Kid to take off the haul video, we'll have a bonus haul video coming up Monday. Kind of neat because there's a lot of footage of the antique store / variety store. So that'll be kind of neat. Always like the inside. I handed him my phone and had him doing that while I was looking through stuff.
Yeah.
That should be fun. Heading on out to Ohio tomorrow.
Now, if you see someone out there at the sale and they have a GoPro, can you have them GoPro you and then send us a picture of what you look like with a GoPro on?
Yes, I probably can.
That would be cool. I think we all want to see that, right?
I probably can. Hopefully nobody bothers me. I am a local celebrity. Well, I'm a local celebrity up here, not down there.
You probably look like Rick Moranis in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
So wish me luck going on out there. Like I said, big flea market over in Ohio, so that should be a lot of fun. Hit the like button. There you go. Don is way ahead of me over there.
And John, the garage is on high ground, but there's so much crap in my garage, I can't park my car in there, so I had to buy an expensive indoor-outdoor cover, and I got to pay someone to store it in the winter, but, who's asking? Next.
All right, everybody, hit the like button, and on that, we will see you next video.
Take care.